Hi, I'm Rob Ocel. I'm a senior software developer at This.Labs.
I'm Tracy Lee. I'm a Google developer expert and creator of This.Media.
And I'm Ben Morse. I'm a developer advocate at Google. Welcome to our intermediate course on Accelerated Mobile Pages, or AMP.
These videos will allow you to take the course from anywhere.
You'll find additional materials in the course text on the AMP website, but these videos are a complete version of the course.
Whenever you need to access a web page, we'll refer you to the video description, which will contain all the URLs you need.
Let's begin. Tracy, I think we have this one. Welcome back. This is the second course in our series. In the beginner course, we learned that AMP helps you create fast web experiences. We added AMP boilerplate code to our pages. We talked about how the AMP validator helps spot errors, and how the AMP cache helps load your site quickly. We also learned to use AMP components and the AMP documentation.
We started to build our Chico's Cheese Bike Shop website. We added static content to our site using AMP components. We added a video, an image carousel, and social media links to our site.
In this course, we'll improve our site by giving users new ways to interact with it. We want a way to collect user input and confirm that we received the information successfully. And finally, we'll learn how to build more elaborate features by combining multiple AMP components.
Chico's product manager has some ideas about how to improve the site. As our site grows, our users will need a way to navigate between pages. A slide out menu is a common way to do this. When a button is pressed, the menu opens or closes. To collect information about our users for our marketing team, we'll add a newsletter subscription form. When users enter their information, we'll store their data and display a message that says they've registered successfully. We'll also build a fancy double image carousel that lets users zoom in on images.
So, how do we create these new features? In the beginner course, to add a feature, we just added the right component. But let's look at our specific need for a newsletter subscription form on our site. AMP doesn't have an AMP newsletter subscription form component. It's not practical to have a different AMP component for every feature a developer wants, as the possibilities are endless. But we can combine components and make them work together. This approach is called component composition. To combine components, we'll first decide what we want to build, then we'll find one or more components that satisfy our requirements, and finally, we'll connect the components together.
In this course, we'll learn how AMP handles user interaction with event handlers and actions, how to collect user information using AMP form, and how to format server data using AMP mustache templates. We'll explore how to enhance a given feature with new components and their interactions. To hear more about the course prerequisites, how to set up and use Glitch, or how to set up and use the AMP validator, please watch the first video for the beginning course.
This course will introduce a JavaScript-like syntax in the form of AMP event handlers. If you have a basic understanding of how function calls are made in JavaScript, or a similar language, that is sufficient for this course.
This course is a continuation of the beginner course. You should be comfortable with AMP boilerplate code and page structure, using the AMP validator, and using AMP components and AMP documentation. If any of these topics are unfamiliar to you, review the beginning course.
You can continue to use the glitch you used for the beginner course. Or, if you'd like to, you can start with the glitch repository listed in the video description, which already contains the site as it would look after completing that course. In either case, both glitches contain the assets and server code necessary to complete future exercises. A new glitch repository with solutions to these code exercises will be provided to you at the end of the course. Let's get started.